Oh my god, somebody made a video and called it the Bandemic. The Bandemic! Oh, I love this community sometimes.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because
it's over 9,000!
Bruh.
You got me.
FBI, open up!
Yerrr, what is up guys? Coach Kobo back in the building. You already know the vibes, and it is officially day 2 of the Bandemic of 2K23. Now guys, y'all saw that funny little intro, but in all seriousness guys, the Bandemic of 2K23 is kind of crazy at this point. Like, it's been literally on Twitter all day, all night, and into today. It's trending on Twitter right now, and it's gotten over 5,500 tweets about this ban situation that y'all clearly see on my screen. Now, I want to just talk about it a little bit, give a little bit more of a full detailed analysis of what's going on for those who may have not known, who may have not actually been affected by the Bandemic of 2K23, and what we could do to kind of move forward in the state of my team specifically. Probably a good 70% are not playing my team today because of that Bandemic. So let's get into it. And I want to let you guys know right away, I bought MT. And I did it. I admit it. I'm holding myself accountable. You know, I don't want to put blame on 2K. They're completely allowed to do what they want and what they think is the best business decision for their game. I did the crime. I'm doing the time. I'm not blaming 2K for what they did. This is completely within their realm of reality. They can do this if they wanted to. And they've done this before in the past. It's not the first ban wave that's happened. This is not the last ban wave that will happen. But I promise you guys, this is not on 2K all the way. It's on us, and we gotta accept that. We gotta be accountable for that. But let's talk about the Bandemic, and I'm going to offer 3 solutions here that may be helpful. And 2K, if you watch this video, great. If you don't, whatever. I just want to spread awareness to what's going on, to what we could do to figure this out moving forward as a community. Because man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a small YouTuber in the grand scheme of things. But I love making 2K content, and I actually really enjoyed content. Let's talk about the problem, okay? So the problem, the Bandemic of 2K23, as I like to call it, and y'all saw that, you know, everyone talked about the Bandemic now. That's my phrase, you know, kind of, you know, to my own horn a little bit. But the problem with the Bandemic of 2K23, why people got here. So guys, if you don't know, MyTeam points have always been available since the launch of MyTeam, and you've been able to buy them from third-person sites, basically for a cheaper price than VC has ever been, okay? Now, the reason why a lot of people resort to MT third-party sites is because of the fact that they feel like MyTeam is inaccessible unless you have money. I've heard this so many times. MyTeam is a pay-to-play mode, and for the most part, it used to be. But now, because we had MyTeam points that could be farmed or grinded or whatever, like, we had a chance. But the problem with that is that it destroyed the auction house and the market. You have cards like Yao Ming that are currently probably about 2 million MT for a card in January. Mind you, it's probably the best card in the game, but in January, that is giving an unfair advantage to everyone who has bought MT. Now, again, this does not happen overnight. This has happened like for years and years. This has happened in my team since I've started my team back in 2K19. And now I didn't use MT sites up until the point that I really became a content creator. And the reason why I did it, guys, is because 2K packs were way too expensive to not be guaranteed. The average, if you do the math for a 2K pack, for VC, a pack will cost you roughly about $5 US, roughly about $5 for one pack, right? The pack is not guaranteed for the most part. You're not guaranteed a player from the set, and you're definitely not guaranteed the best player from the set. A lot of people will say, well, if you just spend $100 on 450k VC, then you have a chance for the top player. People don't want to spend $100 and taking a chance. That's called gambling. And to a lot of people, gambling's not worth it. Also builds an addiction. That does build a gambling culture within microtransactions. If you come into this game brand new and you match up with Yao Ming, James Harden, and Dirk Nowitzki in your very first matchup, why would you ever want to play this game again? You wouldn't, because those cards are literally north of, if you add them all together, about 3 million MT for those 3 cards alone. It's just not worth it to a lot of people to say, okay, I'm gonna spend 3 million MT on 3 cards, right? Because of the fact that it takes an absurd amount of time to do it the right way. It takes an absurd amount of time. Like, let's say on average you get about 500 MT a game. Do you know how many hours we're talking about in order to get 3 million MT? And again, these cards are not guaranteed to be the best for a while. These cards are not guaranteed to even be the best for next week. So in order to keep up with the meta in MyTeam, you're going to have to do this constantly and repeatedly, and it's just a never-ending cycle. Now, I hear the other side of the story. Well, you're not forced to buy MT, you're not forced to buy VC. This game can be free to play. And to you, my no money spent players, I will tell you, bravo, honestly. Like, if you like no money spent aspects of MyTeam, you can do it. But that's not everyone's style. And to tell everyone to say, hey, I just want to use the best budget players, I just want to make this a free to play game, that's great and that's a style to play, but that's not everyone's style to play. So the question that I have for 2K is, why do we ban 70% of our players? What does this solve? What is the purpose of this? Because I understand that from a business perspective, you're losing money, you know, and that's important. Obviously, you're a company. At the end of the day, the bottom line is what matters. And if this was my company and I saw I was losing business, bro, I'd be tight. How does alienating 70 to 80% of the player base that pays weekly to pay for packs, to pay for players and all this stuff help the bottom line? So here I'm going to offer again 3 solutions that I think 2K, specifically MyTeam, should take in order to combat the pandemic of 2K23. Solution 1, and this is probably the most controversial, but I stand by what I say. Make MT buyable in the game. Now, the reason I say this is because other sports games do this. Now, specifically MLB, Diamond Dynasty. If you've ever played an MLB game, MLB uses stubs, and stubs is the only form of currency in the game, and you can buy it directly from MLB. Now, mind you, MLB has the same microtransactions as 2K, but the difference between microtransactions in MLB and the ones in 2K is you do not have to go out of your way to buy third-party sites for stubs, because of the fact that you can directly buy their stubs, which would count as an RMT, in their actual game. If you could buy MT, let's just say, let's poll this. If you could buy MT on NBA 2K MyTeam, right? Even though it's a little bit more expensive, right? Would you? I would. And you know why? Because it would guarantee me the players that I want on my team. It would guarantee me the fun that I would want. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun in a video game, what's the point? Right? Make MT buyable. I will pay you $100 for MT. I will. No questions asked. You make MT buyable, I'll be the first one to load up $100 of MT and say, all right, let's get it. I'm down. I'm down with it. Hold me to that. That will destroy the MT third-party sites, I promise you. Even if they were cheaper. Because you can monitor that, 2K. You can monitor that. And clearly you've shown the knack to be able to ban people and be able to watch the auction house and be able to see this. You can do it. That's all you gotta do. The second thing that's probably the most important and why people have resorted to MT third-party sites is because the odds for packs are crazy low. People feel like they're at a disadvantage anytime they buy VC. If you could buy a guaranteed player for $50 versus $100, again, going back to that logic of a gamble, a chance, what are you gonna do? The logical person chooses the guarantee every single time. Why wouldn't you? So boost the odds, guys. Make sure that if you spend X amount of dollars on a pack, you're guaranteed an X amount of players. If y'all ever played mobile games like Dokkan Battle or something like that, y'all know after you spend X amount of dollars on a pull, they will guarantee an SR or like a legendary or like a guaranteed good card from those packs because of the fact that they understand that, okay, this person, it continues spending money on our platform, continues spending money and investing in our business. Let's reward them. At the end of the day, guys, these are literally virtual cards. What's stopping you from putting 100 virtual cards in a game? Does it hurt business? Does it kill your profits? I think it would actually boost your business. It would boost your profits if you saw more players with more access to the best cards in the game, because now more players want to play, more players are interested, more players can showcase this on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on whatever platform, on Twitch that they want, and say, yo, this company is doing the right thing. They're allowing us to use our platform to help them. Any business is good business. And I truly believe there's a chance for 2K to rectify this and make them the hero of this story, okay? And this comes down to my third and final solution. Remove the band, okay? I know this is gonna sound very controversial to people that may have not bought MT or love this because of the fact that they can play their theme teams now, or people are happy that 70% of the player base got banned because now they don't have to face Yao Ming. It's part of the game, you know? But remove the ban. Give warnings to the people who you banned. Give warnings to us. Clearly, you've shown the ability to throw down the gauntlet. You've thrown that ban hammer down. The Bandemic's in full effect. Remove this for Friday. On Friday, give us the sweep, the clean slate, and tell us, all right, y'all learned y'all lesson now? Cool. Now let's get this done the right way. Because I promise you, more people will respect 2K for being humble and showing compassion than just letting this 10-day ban play out. You will probably get more of a player base to return to the mode and actually appreciate 2K for taking the time to listen. And you've created this microcosm. You created this microcosm so you can be the hero or the villain in your story. You choose, 2K. This will show the players that you care. The ban should also, in case you need to do this again, and again, I'm telling you right now, I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna buy MT anymore. But in case you need to do this again, ban people from the specific mode, 1, and 2, ban them from the specific thing that they're doing. Obviously, MT points are only valuable in the auction house. So if you need to ban someone, ban them from the auction house. Don't ban them from the mode, because some people actually still enjoy the mode and be like, all right, I can't use the auction house for 10 days. That's tough. Let me not ever do that again, because obviously it takes away an advantage. Like I said before at the beginning of this video, I can't connect to anything 2K related. I can't go onto my career. I can't go onto my team. I can't download anything from my league. So what's the point of me playing this? And like, I want this community to thrive. I want everyone to get theirs. I want everyone to do better. And again, I fully accept responsibility for what I've done and what, you know, the band is. You're in the right, 2K. But show compassion. Show us that you're listening. Show us that you care. Show us that you're receptive to your community. This is one of the only real gaming communities I've been in outside of Pokemon. And like, I love it, man. I love going on Twitter. I love hanging out with y'all. I love seeing y'all on stream. I love when y'all sub and subscribe and comment on my videos. But honestly, it's because we built this community. And this community is such a beautiful thing. Y'all have seen it before. I think we could get through this and be stronger on the other side. The ball's in your court, 2K. What you gonna do?